Hey, good morning, everybody. Phi Farley here. It's March 20th, Tuesday, and as you see, I'm on the road. Real quick, there's a game I do like today. I was not expecting to be able to put a wager in, but I started looking at the two games and digging in pretty deep, and I got a really good play for you. But first, before I go into that, I want to reflect on yesterday real quick. There's a really important betting lesson that can be learned from yesterday's games that could take a lot of time, and I'm going to hopefully help some people just get to that point quicker instead of having to trial by fire and learn this the hard way. Yesterday, there was a game that I liked, and I put that in my video. I liked Utah Valley at San Francisco. However, I didn't play it because I saw some line movement, and I saw bets coming in on the other side on San Francisco at 70% of the tickets to 90% of the cash. So there's this influx of money coming in on San Francisco. I thought it was going to be coming in on Utah Valley, and I thought I'd see a movement towards Utah Valley, and it actually went the opposite. So that showed me that they're even against the grain, against the better team according to KP, money was coming in on the other side. So obviously there's motivation, there's an intangible that sharps or someone better than me, smarter than me, knows about. So which I will gladly humble myself to. So I watched that line throughout the day, and you could see I did not play that game, which is important to know that you can pass on a game and not play it when the signs aren't right, when the money's not right, when you're seeing an influx of sharp money on the other side and the movement is adjusting accordingly. It's quite okay to pass on a game. So that's exactly what happened yesterday. Was able to pass on that game. Of the other games that I put out there, the two other ones covered, and then we had Utah covering, Jacksonville State covering, and then the other one was the one I went with, which was Oklahoma State, which, if it wasn't for their absolutely awful shooting, they would have easily covered that game. Stanford did terrible, but they were just really, really bad on offense. So they ended up winning by 6, and the line was 8. Moving on to today, there's two games today, and really one angle I like in these two games. According to KP, Louisville is would be an 8-point favorite. It's at 5.5, opened up at 4.5, up to 5.5 now for Louisville. I'm passing on that. I'm not so sure that I want to chance 5.5 in that game. But the game I do want to go with is Penn State and Marquette. Now, this game is going to be determined by the pace of Penn State. The over-under right now is 150.5. Opened up at 153, has been bet down to 150.5. And just to go back on Penn State's their last 5 games, the totals landed at 122. Well, starting most recent, 136, 120, 148, 137, 122. In fact, to breach 150, you'd have to go all the way back to January 25th. Was the last time they breached 150 against Ohio State. Marquette, on the other hand, has gone 50-50, above and below the 150 mark. Now, the NIT tournament has had teams scoring a little bit more points with the 4 quarters and the more breaks and the different foul rules. Having 5 fouls per quarter has changed the totals just a little bit, but Penn State has not shown to ever go over 150 with those rules or not. So I'm seeing Penn State on the road playing their game, enforcing a half-court offense with good defense, and keeping this game under the 150.5. So I'm going under 150.5. Penn State, Marquette, and good luck, everybody. Throw some comments in. I'd love to see them. I've been responding to all those. It's fun to hear what other people have. Curious if on the same page or if you're on the other side. Would love to hear it. All right. Good luck, everybody. See you again soon.